Today, one of the medical important organism named Streptococcus we are going to see. Streptococci are gram-positive cocci arranged in chains or pairs as shown in this figure, and they are the part of the normal flora of humans and animals. Some of them are human pathogens. The most important of them is the organism name is Streptococcus pyogenes, causing pyogenic infections with a characteristic tendency to spread as opposed to Staphylococcus lesions which are typically localized. It is also responsible for the non-suppurative lesions, acute rheumatoid fever and glomerulonephritis, which occur as sequel to infections. As we see the history of this organism, it was first isolated by the scientist named Oxden, and another scientist named Billroth. He was first seen this in erysipelas and wound infection, who called them streptococci. So strepto means twisted or coiled. Another scientist, Oxden, in the year 1881 isolated them from acute abscess and distinguished them from staphylococci and established their pathogenicity by animal inoculation. Rosenbach in the year 1884 isolated the cocci from human suppurative lesions and gave them the name Streptococcus pyogenes. If you see the classification of the streptococci, several classification has been employed, but in medical bacteriology the following method is useful. Streptococci are first divided into obligate anaerobes and facultative anaerobes. The classification are based on Brown's classification, Landsfield group and Griffith typing. Brown categorized them into three varieties based on their growth in 5% horse blood agar pore plate culture. The alpha hemolytic streptococci produce a greenish discoloration with partial hemolysis around the colonies. The zone of lysis is small with indefinite margins, and unlysed erythrocytes can be made out microscopically within in this zone. These are known as viridin streptococci or Streptococcus viridans. The alpha streptococci are normal commensals in the throat but may cause opportunistic infections rarely. Next comes the beta hemolytic streptococci. They are clear, colorless and 2 to 4 millimeter in wide, within which red cells are completely lysed. The term hemolytic streptococci strictly applies only to beta lytic strains. Most pathogenic streptococcus belong to this group. The gamma hemolytic streptococci produces no change in the medium and so are sometimes referred to as indifferent streptococci. They include fecal streptococci and related species. They are called Enterococcus group. The another classification is the Landsfield grouping classification. In this, they are classified according to the hemolytic streptococci serologically into groups based on nature of carbohydrate, that is the C antigen on the cell wall. These are known as Landsfield groups, 20 of which have been identified so far and named A to V without I and J. The great majority of hemolytic streptococci produce human infections which belongs to group A. So in the Streptococcus group, we will see the one of the important species, Streptococcus pyogenes. So as we see the morphology of this organism, they are cocci or spherical or oval, 0.5 to 1 micrometer in diameter. Size variation result from cultural conditions. They are arranged in chains. As shown in this figure, they are arranged mostly in the chains, and the length of which varies within the wide limit and is influenced by the nature of the culture medium, chains being longer in liquid than in solid medium. Usually the streptococci are non-motile and non-sporing. Some strains of Streptococcus pyogenes and some group C strains have capsules composed of hyaluronic acid, while polysaccharide capsules are encountered in member of B and D. These capsules are best seen in young cultures. As we see the cultural characteristics of this organism, they are typically aerobe and facultative anaerobe, and the temperature is nearly the required 37 degrees Celsius. And the nutritive requirements, growth occurring in medium fermented carbohydrate or enriched with blood or serum. On blood agar, after incubation for 24 hours, the colonies are small, 0.5 to 1 mm, and they are circular, semi-transparent. Growth and hemolysis are promoted by 10% CO2. And on liquid medium such as glucose or serum broth, growth occurs as a granular turbidity with a powdery deposit and no pellicle is formed. And there are typically the hemolytic of streptococci, you can see in this figure types and examples. So beta, alpha and gamma. So as usual we see that alpha, which shows the partial clearing of blood, and the gamma shows the complete clearing or the lysis of RBC. RBC. And gamma shows incomplete clearing of RBCs. Virulence factors of Streptococcus pyogenes. In this virulence factor, there are many enzymes and toxins are produced by the organisms, and the first enzymes is the streptokinase. This toxin promotes the lysis of human fibrinogen clot by activating a plasma precursor, thus facilitating the spread of the infections. Another enzyme is hyaluronidase. These enzymes break down the connective tissues, and DNase, it causes the depolarization or breaking of DNA. And the various toxins they produce are streptolysins, atherogenic toxins and superantigens. In the pathogenes part, we can see they are mainly the human reservoir. The organisms are mainly human reservoirs, and typically the Streptococcus pyogene produces pyogenic infection with a tendency to spread locally along lymphatic and through the blood streams. Mainly the primary site of infection is the human body by Streptococcus pyogenes in the throat. Sore throat is the most common of streptococcal disease. You can see in this diagram itself the throat infection has been shown. It may be localized as tonsillitis or may involve the pharyngitis more diffusely. From the throat, streptococci may spread to the surrounding tissues, leading to suppurative complications such as otitis media, mastoiditis, quinces, Ludwig's angina, and suppurative adenitis. It may rarely lead to meningitis. Streptococcus pneumoniae seldom follow throat infection but may occur as a complication of influenza or other respiratory viral diseases. So you can see the erysipelas, impetigo, cellulitis and necrotizing fasciitis. Laboratory diagnosis. In acute infection, the diagnosis is established by the culture, while in the non-suppurative complication, diagnosis is mainly based on the demonstration of antibodies. So frequently the isolated samples are sputum, blood, cerebrospinal fluid or bone. And there are different methods of laboratory diagnosis also, like the gram staining, cultural characteristics and catalase test. In the treatment part, all beta hemolytic group A streptococci are sensitive to penicillin G and most are sensitive to erythromycin. In patients allergic to penicillin, erythromycin or cephalexin may be used. Strains resistant to erythromycin have been reported. Tetracyclines and sulfonamides are not recommended. Antimicrobial drugs have no effect on establishment of glomerulonephritis and hematite factors. So mostly there are two available vaccines for high risk individuals, capsular antigen vaccines for older adults and other high risk individual effective for the 5-year conjugate vaccine for children to 2 to 23 months.